Hey guys, remember this hot rod? She finally hit the track last Saturday at Rice Lake. Just got her painted today. She's about 5 different colors last Saturday. But yeah, she worked pretty good. Got some adjustments to make. First day out, got an expensive D10 cut, so really want to get some Nerf bars made up yet, but left rear axle seal's leaking really bad. The brakes aren't that good, so that's going to be the main focus first. An alternator would be nice. By the end of the day, she was dead. Electric fan and the blower motor. She runs really good. Sounds really good too. Then I checked that. Now she's in park. Ended up using the 68 Chevy wagon hood. That works real good. Fits perfect, almost factory. We are now 7 weeks into the 2022 ice racing season. 6 weekends on this. I am having an absolute blast. This thing is awesome. We've picked up lots of heat wins. Got a couple feature wins. But pretty much twin to this truck, number 31 of Chase Cryer, only it's a regular cab. It's pretty much unbeatable. I've led lots of features this past weekend. He passed me on the last lap on Saturday and 2 to go on Sunday. Ended up ditching the electric fan. Wasn't keeping it cool enough and killing the battery. Now without it, she runs nice and cool and lasts all day without an alternator. Got the stock air filter housing on there. Keep water out when it starts getting warm here. Haven't gotten too much body damage. Replaced the left front upper control arm because the bushings were shot. Put a nice street stock dirt track racing one on there. Ended up just getting rid of the front brakes because I don't know what was going on, but this left front would randomly lock up and everything was brand new, and she'd spin it right around. Haven't spun her out since. Did get them Nerf bars on there to protect the tires. Got roughly 700 pounds on the rear end. Made a mount here for a shock down to the traction bar to keep the weight box from twisting back. That broke off right away. Then I added some more to it and then came up with a new design. The original owners had these traction bars on here on each side. Had them connected here. But then they had this one cut off and this one's still connected. Ended up cutting that off before the first weekend and then came up with that shock idea. That didn't work. But then after thinking about it, welded this bar onto it and put the stop here. So then the rear end can move around freely, but then this stops it from, when you accelerate, she goes up, stops it from twisting too much. And in theory, when you're accelerating, it should be pulling up on the front end and putting more traction to the right rear. And then when you let off, put the load back to the front to be able to turn. Because the key to a leaf spring setup is keeping your pinion angle for your forward bite. When you just let her do whatever she wants and tip freely, you're giving all your forward traction away. Many years ago, some guys discovered that these D10 front sprint car Hoosier tires worked really great on the ice. They're crazy soft. And after a race, even on ice, your hand will literally stick to them, how gooey they get. They quit making them for a good 5 years. Fortunately, they made a batch this year and we got our hands on some. But they do not work when it gets warm and soft and slushy. And we're down to 2 weeks to go in the season here. So I'm switching them over. It's supposed to be 39 this weekend to the traditional recap ice racing tires. They're still pretty soft, but they're not as soft. And for some reason, there's two recap companies making these ice racing tires. These are Tall Cities. And then there's the major company that are a little softer. Them work pretty good too, but these are the best for this sloppy conditions. For some reason, they just work better. The Hoosiers don't work in it, but these don't work anywhere near as good when it's slippery or when we actually have traction. Start the day with frozen down snow and fresh track prep. So some of the different classes we have rear-wheel drive all rubber tires, front-wheel drive class where they can have the rear studded, otherwise they just spin right out. And then we have a class that allows front and rear combined called the open class, and there we can run front studs too, and front-wheel drives can run the rear studs. Definitely helps you turn better. It makes them a little looser, makes some grooves in the track, but it's fun. Some people like it better this way, some people like it better with all rubber. We also have a drive stud class too, with the 2 front studs and 1 drive. That's really fun, but I'm a little scared to wreck my 7.5 10 bolt by doing it. Seen a couple axles break already this year in that class.
Let's go! Started 4th!
So the old Beamer's still ripping. She took one hell of a hit in Powder Puff a couple weeks ago. Thought she was Dundee. I don't even know how to get the door open anymore, but she's got a roll cage.
Just gotta reach your finger down in this little hole and find a little hook.
And some floor reinforcement because the sides weren't really attached anymore. Of course, that happened right after she got a new rear bumper. Just like last year when she finally got some decals, we had to put a rack and pinion and steering joint in to start the year. How many heat wins you got this year, bud? I know you were leading a couple features at the beginning of the year in Chautauqua and just lost her. I don't even think he's put the stickers on.
No, I just got 3 at home yet, but I got 5 this year so far.
Oh, you bet. Beamer still rips. Ain't got much windows left. The driver's window got knocked out too in the big wreck. 6 of them, he says. You bet.
And yeah, just neat ones.
Well, no Porches last week in here. How's the season been going?
Oh, you know, just sending it.
The old Debbie made her out for her second year.
It's gonna make it out 3 years too. We're gonna put new doors on it.
You bet. Send it. Just finished up 5th here in the season championship. Oh well.
Oh well.
Got a lot more to go today.
Well, let's try this again, boys. Fucking feature. Let's go. Fucking woo!
So, this was the little 84 S10 that the boss's kid was supposed to race this year. I finished it up at 2 a.m. the night before the first race, and it lasted 4 laps and blew up the little 2.8. She was working really good before then, though. Cut off the sweet front bumper I made and put her on the good one. But they'll probably throw a V8 in her this summer and get her back out there next winter. Oh, yeah, nice and done. So after I blew up the S10, we threw together this 04 Impala, quick and easy. And it actually turned out to work pretty dang good. Got a couple feature wins in the on guns. So yeah, good time. So I finally got another feature win at the end of the year for the special up in Rice Lake, the Isomania. Got this pretty cool boxing belt as a trophy. Definitely one of the more unique ones I've ever gotten.
Blackjack.
So I finally got a full ice racing season in for the first time in 7 years. And it was by far my best one yet. But on top of that, myself and Jared Hamilton got the ice races going again here in Chautauqua, Wisconsin on Sundays. So I didn't get to do much racing on Sundays, but I had an absolute blast seeing the great turnouts we got, community support, sponsor support, everybody that helped out. It was really an awesome racing season. And I can't thank the sponsors and all the supporters enough for making it happen. It really made it all worth it. It's almost just as fun for me to watch some good racing as it is to actually be out there racing. So the future of ice racing is looking as bright as it has in quite a while. I couldn't be more happy about it. Racing is a unique, very fun, laid-back type of motorsports that we are lucky enough to be able to do here in the Northwoods. I really love how you can pretty much build anything you want and be competitive and it be affordable and provides fun for the whole family. And I tell you what, it certainly makes these long, cold winters a hell of a lot shorter. Thanks for watching.